Discover histories, cultures, worlds unknown right here.
Immerse yourself in the ancient world, where our journey begins in the lush island of Sri Lanka, around 500,000 years before Christ. This verdant paradise, surrounded by the azure Indian Ocean, has an intriguing prehistoric narrative that extends back several millennia to the dawn of human existence. Our story starts with Sri Lanka's earliest known inhabitants, the Balangoda Man. These people were not just mere survivors, they were resourceful hunters, gatherers, and toolmakers. Evidence suggests that they lived on this island as early as 34,000 years ago, leaving behind a rich archaeological legacy. The Balangoda Man's presence on the island represents one of the highest densities of prehistoric human activity found anywhere in the world. Fast forward to the 5th century BC, a significant wave of migration reshaped the island's demographic landscape. The Sinhalese people, possibly originating from northern India, began to settle in Sri Lanka. They brought with them their unique culture, language, and traditions, which would profoundly influence the island's future trajectory. The Sinhalese marked the beginning of a new epoch, introducing advanced agricultural practices and establishing the foundations of organized societies. The arrival of the Sinhalese was not just a migration. It was a cultural infusion that set the stage for the blossoming of a distinct civilization. It was a time of transformation as they began to intertwine their lives with the island's natural environment, giving birth to a society that was as vibrant as it was diverse. The Sinhalese laid down the roots of what would eventually grow into a rich tapestry of history, culture, and civilization. As we journey through time, we'll discover how these early beginnings shaped the island's destiny, influencing every aspect of life, from politics to religion, from art to architecture. The story of Sri Lanka is a chronicle of resilience, adaptation, and constant evolution. With the arrival of the Sinhalese, a new chapter in Sri Lanka's history is about to unfold. As we step into the 3rd century BC, a significant cultural import shapes the island's future: Buddhism. In the heart of this era, Mahinda, the son of the Indian Emperor Ashoka, makes his mark on Sri Lankan history. He embarks on a mission to introduce Buddhism to the island, a journey that forever alters its cultural landscape. The belief system, with its teachings of compassion, mindfulness, and impermanence, swiftly gains traction among the island's inhabitants. Buddhism doesn't merely arrive, it flourishes, weaving itself into the fabric of Sri Lankan society and shaping its moral and ethical compass. Now let's pivot to the establishment of the Anuradhapura Kingdom, the first major kingdom in Sri Lanka's history. Nestled in the north-central province of the island, Anuradhapura emerges as a beacon of political power and religious significance. The city, named after its founder, Prince Anuradha, becomes the heart of the island's civilization and the cradle of its Buddhist culture. Under the rule of the Anuradhapura Kingdom, Sri Lanka experiences a period of remarkable growth and prosperity. The kingdom's rulers construct grand stupas and temples, a testament to the influence of Buddhism and the architectural prowess of the era. Irrigation systems of unparalleled sophistication and scale are developed, enabling agriculture to thrive and populations to expand. The Anuradhapura era also witnesses the codification of the Tripitaka, the Buddhist scriptures, in written form for the first time. This monumental event ensures the preservation and dissemination of Buddhist teachings, further cementing the religion's foothold on the island. Yet, the Anuradhapura Kingdom's significance extends beyond its tangible achievements. It ushers in an era of relative peace, stability, and cultural exchange, fostering a sense of national identity that still resonates with Sri Lankans today. The Anuradhapura era, marked by prosperity and cultural development, sets the stage for centuries of dynastic rule. And as we'll see, this foundational period in Sri Lankan history leaves an indelible imprint, shaping the trajectory of the island's future. Fast forward to the 16th century, where the tranquility of the island is disrupted by the arrival of European colonizers. The year was 1506, when the Portuguese, lured by the scent of spices and the promise of strategic dominance, set foot on Sri Lankan soil. They were the first European intruders to breach the island's serenity, leaving a lasting imprint on the culture, architecture, and people. But the Sri Lankans were not passive observers to this encroachment. They waged a spirited resistance against the Portuguese rule, a testament to their unwavering resolve to protect their homeland. As the 17th century dawned, a new European power emerged on the horizon. The Dutch, driven by their ambitions and the lure of the lucrative spice trade, wrested control from the Portuguese. They introduced a more systematic form of administration, leaving an indelible mark on the island's legal system. Yet, the flame of resistance continued to flicker in the hearts of the Sri Lankans, refusing to be extinguished. The final wave of colonial intrusion came in the 19th century with the arrival of the British. Sri Lanka, then known as Ceylon, was transformed into a plantation economy, its fertile lands exploited for the production of coffee, tea, and rubber. The British rule brought significant changes, including the introduction of a modern education system and the construction of railways. But it also intensified the struggle for sovereignty. The Sri Lankan leaders, intellectuals, and common people alike rallied together, their voices united in a chorus of defiance against colonial rule. This long and arduous journey was marked by sacrifices, resilience, and an unwavering spirit of nationalism. After centuries of foreign rule, the dawn of independence was finally on the horizon. The year was 1948. It was a moment that would forever be etched in the annals of Sri Lankan history. In 1948, after centuries of foreign rule, Sri Lanka finally regains its independence, a moment of triumph and a new beginning. Independence, however, did not mark the end of Sri Lanka's struggles. With the joy of sovereignty came a complex web of political and social issues that the young nation had to navigate. The post-independence era was marked by a series of political changes and power shifts, with the country oscillating between democracy and authoritarian rule. The Sinhala-only Act of 1956, which made Sinhala the only official language, sparked tensions among the Tamil minority, leading to ethnic strife and social unrest. This unrest eventually erupted into a full-blown civil war in 1983. The conflict was primarily between the government and the liberation tigers of Tamil Eelam, more commonly known as the Tamil Tigers. This brutal and protracted conflict, which lasted over 25 years, took a heavy toll on the country's people and resources. It ended in 2009, but the scars of this tumultuous period are still visible today. As if the internal strife was not enough, Sri Lanka was hit by one of the deadliest natural disasters in human history in 2004. A devastating tsunami triggered by an undersea earthquake off the coast of Indonesia swept across the Indian Ocean, causing widespread destruction and loss of life in Sri Lanka. This disaster further strained the country's resources and complicated its path towards stability and prosperity. But Sri Lanka, through all its trials and tribulations, has shown remarkable resilience. The end of the civil war marked the beginning of a period of reconstruction and reconciliation, with efforts to heal the wounds of the past and build a more inclusive and equitable society. Today, Sri Lanka is making strides towards achieving economic stability and social harmony, while confronting the challenges of the 21st century. Despite the trials and tribulations, Sri Lanka has emerged as a resilient nation, looking forward to a future of peace and prosperity. From ancient civilizations to modern struggles, Sri Lanka's history is a rich tapestry, woven with threads of resilience and hope. This enchanting island nation, nestled in the heart of the Indian Ocean, has endured and thrived through a myriad of challenges and transformations, each thread in its historical tapestry contributing to its vibrant present. Let's weave together the threads we have unraveled so far. Our journey began at the dawn of Sri Lanka's history, where we saw the rise of early human settlements, the footprints of which still echo in the island's cultural and archaeological wonders. These ancient civilizations set the stage for a narrative of resilience, a theme that would continue throughout the country's history. Then we moved to the flourishing of Buddhism and the establishment of ancient kingdoms. The introduction of Buddhism not only revolutionized the spiritual landscape of the island, but also influenced its socio-political structures, art, and architecture. The grandeur of the ancient kingdoms, their architectural marvels and their tales of valor and wisdom remain etched in the island's collective memory, adding vibrant colors to the cultural fabric of Sri Lanka. Our journey continued through the era of colonial intrusion and the fight for sovereignty. The resilience of the Sri Lankan people was tested as they navigated through periods of foreign rule, each leaving its unique imprint on the island. And yet, they persevered. their fight for sovereignty a testament to their indomitable spirit. Finally, we explored the post-independence struggles and the evolution of modern Sri Lanka. The island's journey towards self-governance and development has been challenging, yet fruitful, its trials and triumphs adding depth and texture to its historical tapestry. As we close this journey through time, we realize that to understand Sri Lanka, one must delve into its past, a testament to the island's enduring spirit and rich heritage. Indeed, the history of Sri Lanka is not just a series of events, but a tapestry, each thread intertwined with the next, creating a vibrant, resilient picture of a nation that continues to evolve and inspire.